going for 10 on each side. Hello all. Another day at the gym. Didn't run today. So decided to start off with some legs. Since on days that I do run, it's going to be harder to do legs and things of that nature. So, taking a day where my leg feels more well rested to do legs. As you all probably know, my favorite kind of squat is landmine squat. Start off with 1 plate, then 2 plates, and 3 plates, and 4. This is my 4th set, so 4 plates. The first 2 sets were warm up, so it's like this is my second working set technically. And I'll be supersetting it with a kettlebell movement. And so, yeah, we'll get to that when the time comes. But to start off, doing a landmine squat. Getting on my toes and going for 5 on each side. Switching sides after 5. After 5 each side of that, with a 30-pound kettlebell, doing kettlebell figure 8 to snatch, alternating for 5 on each side. I made a mistake there at the end, but it is what it is. Just doing something light and flowy to keep my heart rate high for a little while longer. But yeah, this is what I'm starting off with. If I go heavier, I'll probably record another set. So I did decide to go for 5 plates. So here's that. It's been a while since I've gone this heavy on squats, but should be alright. I felt pretty strong with 4. Those are always brutal, but feels good on the quads. Alright, switching sides. Oh, and then right into the kettlebell move. That's exhausting. But yeah, that was my last set of that. I'm going to do a deload of one plate and then on to something else. For the next exercise, sticking with the landmine, doing overhead landmine staggered squats. So I have a 45 and a 10 on the landmine. I'm going to hold it up. So the act of holding it up keeps the shoulders engaged, keeps the core and some aspects of the back, some shoulder stabilizers engaged. I'm going to keep one foot in front of the other, but not too much, just slightly, and then stay on the toes, and then do 6 reps. Just adjusting position a little. All right. When doing the squat, I'm like focusing on the VMO, vastus medialis, which is the teardrop shaped quad muscle right above the knee. After 6, switching sides. After that, sticking with the 30-pound kettlebell, doing a complex. So, tactical clean to squat thruster to snatch to tactical clean, squat thruster to snatch. Doing this 3 times on each side. The idea here is just to add an additional set of muscles with a additional set of muscles worked with a lighter weight to keep the heart rate high, to give a cardiovascular effect instead of just resting long between sets. So yeah, doing this for probably 4 sets. This was my 3rd. And then on to the next. couple of videos ago, I had talked about needing to do more leg flexion. So I do a lot of hamstring work, but it's usually in the stretch range. So by stretch, I mean stuff where I'm like going like that and coming up. But I don't do a whole lot of knee flexion. So yeah, doing some hamstring curls. I'm going for 12, 10 to 12 on each side. Training the muscles through all the angles and or in a bunch of different angles and through all its different capacities preserves its ability to do all of those things. In my opinion, a lot of these quote unquote degenerative joint problems happen as a result of ignoring certain capacities of a muscle group or of a joint or of the body altogether. And as a result, it becomes an indication to the body that it no longer needs to preserve all the components necessary to perform whatever that movement is. And that shows up in the form of weakened joints, ligaments, and stuff like that, which ends up increasing the likelihood of getting you injured if the body is somehow presented with having to be in that range of motion when it wasn't ready for it. And yeah, and that usually happens when you try to challenge yourself. So for example, let's say someone trains squats just below parallel. However, someday they go so heavy that when they try to bounce from the depth of the squat, the weight's too heavy to bounce out of. That then leads to putting their knee in an extremely bent position or a knee over toe position with a weight that it's never experienced before. And that increases the risk of having a severe injury because it's never been used to being in that position, if that makes sense. Then supersetting that with kettlebell weighted knee extensions. So I'm using a 10-pound or leg extension. I'm using a 10-pound kettlebell, putting it around my toes. So first, I'm going to raise my knee. This requires the hip flexor, and then extend, which is the quads. Come back, down. So this is a combination of hip flexors, lower abs, and quads. I'm going for 10 on each side. And switch sides. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Probably one more exercise or cardio after this, which I may or may not record, but I'll probably record something after this.